Hello everyone, this is Michele Sizemore, Independent Advisor with Creative Memories. Today I'm going to show you how to make this easy journaling box using the Creative Memories cardstock. And these two papers were from the new Serene Waters collection. And these little embellishments were from the Serene Waters collection. And then we also have ruled paper. This is my contact information. If you want to get in touch with me or if you want to place an order, this is my website link. I'll be so thankful if you just ensure that my name is listed as the advisor above if you're trying to place an order from me. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. I always like to work on a piece of cardboard so I don't mess up my table. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of cardstock in this raspberry color. And I've written on the back what my measurements should be. So it should be 4 inches by 6 inches. So I'm going to take my decorative, well, it's not my decorative trimmer, my regular 12-inch trimmer. And I'm going to place this and measure right here at the 4-inch mark. Make sure it's lined up all the way at the top and that it follows this line all the way down, and cut. I have the straight blade in here. And then I'm going to flip it, put it at the 6-inch mark, make sure it's straight on this line, and cut. And then I have my 4 by 6 rectangle. And then I need to cut a piece of ruled paper that's 3.5 inches wide. I want the lines to go this way and 4.5 inches tall. So I'm going to take my ruled paper folder. These are Power Project folders where I store all my scraps and papers. And I'm going to pull out a piece of this ruled paper. We sell this in Spargo and Natural too. I love this ruled paper. Now I'm going to cut it just like this says. I want it to be 3.5 inches wide. So I'm going to measure it up at the top on the 3.5 inch mark. Right there. And cut. Make sure I want it to be 3.5 inches wide with my lines going horizontal. And then it needs to be 4.5 inches tall. So I'm going to flip it, put it on the 4.5 inch mark, and cut. Okay, so I think that's all I need to do with my straight trimmer. And I just want to make sure this will look right. And it will. It's going to give me room to put my border at the top. So the next thing I want to do is cut my sandcastles with the border maker system. And I already have the sandcastles in here, so that's good. And I'm going to take a piece of, I have all my cardstock stored in these Power Project folders, all my scraps and things. I'm going to take a piece to make sure it's going to be wide enough to fit in the border maker system. Open up my paper tray holder, pop it into place, open the magnetic arm, put my cardstock in, line it up with the lips all the way around, and close the magnetic arm. Flip the tray underneath and use this. I'm going to put the cardstock in here, make sure my notches match up right here, and punch. Plop it. Sorry, that got caught in there just a little bit. Straighten that up. Then I want to plop it back into place. The notches are going to match up, and punch, 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 punch until I'm done. Okay, so now I have my 12-inch strip of castles, but I'm only going to use part of it. So what I will do is kind of just lay it on top here and see which parts of it I want to use. I like to start with this bigger castle right here. And I just want to make sure I don't cut in the middle of a castle. So I'm just going to draw my little pencil lines here and here. And then I'll cut with the trimmer again. Line it up here. I want to make sure it's straight all the way across on the bottom. The blade is going to come down on this little dotted line on the left-hand side. And I have this wonderful little guide here that has a line on it This is a situation where I would want to look and just make sure it is going to cut in the right place, because I want to go between those castles, and it is. And then I'll do the same thing at my other pencil line. Make sure it's lined up with the left-hand dotted line. Make sure it's lined up straight on a line down here. I love all the grid marks on here. Make sure, now, I realized I was off a little because this guide is really wonderful. Just follow that little line right there. Sometimes people forget about it because it stays like hidden away up there, but I like to use it. So now I'm gonna look one more time. And yes, that's going to cut exactly where I want it to go. I'm gonna set aside all my extra pieces. So now I have my castles, and then I'm just gonna eyeball it to see about how wide I want it. I'm not gonna be perfect with my measurements on that, but I'm good with that. And then I'm gonna mount my sandcastles up here. I just want a little bit of the pink to poke out at the top. Grab my repositionable tape runner, and I'm going to use that on the cardboard so that the extra little dots that come off won't be on my table. And I'm just going to gently add a little bit. It comes out in clear dots. The excess goes off on what's behind it, and that way nothing shows from the front. I love this repositionable tape runner. So I'm going to put this about right here. Go back and erase my pencil lines. Okay, and mount my ruled paper that I cut. And I want about the same amount of pink to show all the way around. I like this color pink, it's fun. Okay, now I'm going to cut my water. There is a little trick to the water. It's not hard. I just want to show you something new, and I love this little trick. Okay. I'm going to use the 12-inch decorative trimmer. This is called the decorative trimmer. I often call it the wavy trimmer, just out of habit, because it cuts two different kinds of waves. Now, I need these two pieces of paper. These come in the Serene Waters collection. I'm going to grab that, give you a little look into what this collection looks like. These are the colors of it. It's all these beautiful oranges and different shades of blue. Just love it. And it has all the stuff to go with it. We have photo mats and journal boxes. We have stickers. We have laser cut embellishments. And then there's another little pack of embellishments that look like this. These would go maybe up here to be stored. You could store some other die cuts and things down here. So, and this also comes with other die cuts. I just don't have them handy. These are like little epoxies, and I used this one and a couple of the stars on my journal box. Okay, so now I'm going to grab out 2 strips of the paper that I want to use. And I've already pre-cut these just to make this go quicker into strips. Grab those, and then I'm going to set my Power Project folder aside. I love these because they can hold everything from a whole collection. And this collection also has 2 packs of paper, and then it has this beautiful vellum paper too. This is the other pack of paper, and then I showed you the first pack of paper a few minutes ago. All right, set all that aside. Now I'm going to cut my water. Since I want it to look like water, I want my waves to go horizontal. And the first thing I'm going to do is line this up, and I'm going to line it up about right here, because after I cut this, I want to be left with another piece that's the right size for using something else. Now, when you start on paper, always start a little bit down and work your way back. That is to keep the paper from bunching up and tearing. And then gently go down. So then I've cut one side of my ribbon here, and then I'm left with this, which I could use on the bottom of another page as water. Now, here's the trick. You want to move your paper over a little bit and then all the way down. That's important because it gives you this kind of ribbony, uneven look that I really like. And so it's skinnier in some parts and fatter in some parts, and it looks like a ribbon. And again, I'm not cutting yet. I'm going to start here and work my way up and then go all the way down. Okay. And then I do the same thing with this other color. And again, save that. You could cut this right here and use it on the bottom of another piece of paper. I'm going to cut one more ribbon wave. I'm going to do this one really fast. I'm going to go down here and up. You can start at the bottom or the top. Again, save this to use on something else. Then move it down and over. You just eyeball it to see about how wide you want it. You can make it as wide as you want, but since this is a small thing, I wanted it to be kind of skinny. So I'm going to start here, work my way up, go down, and make my ribbon. That bent just a little, but I can straighten that up. Okay. Now, I think I've done all my cutting. So now what you do, get all these little scraps away. I kind of want to layer this. I'm going to flip it this way so the waves kind of go up and down with the different pieces of paper. And I just want to layer it like about like that. And so that they're uneven. You know, a blue wave, light blue waves here, a dark blue, light blue, dark blue, and they're staggered. That's the word, staggered. Now I'm going to put my tape runner gently, repositionable on the back of this, and then I'm going to mount it. And you want to make sure there's no background peeking through. Okay, so that's how you get that look. And then I'm just going to put it on here, and I'm going to pick the part that I like. You know, I like this one because it shows both colors really well. Then I'm going to draw a line with my pencil. And I'm just going to cut this with my scissors. Since it's so small, I can cut a straight line because I drew a straight line. And cut that with my scissors. Love these Creative Memory scissors. And then I'm going to mount this right here. And that's how I got my water. Now I need to get a little more tape runner over here because it's a little loose. And then I see it looks a little bit uneven. So the good thing about this repositionable tape runner is you can pick it up. I just got it off center a little bit. And I like that. And right here, if you see that it shows a little bit of the castle behind, just trim it off until you get it where you like it. I'm good with that. And then the only other thing I have to do is add my little cute stickers, and I'm not gonna waste these stickers. I'm just gonna show you what I did. This little octopus right here, I like that it had both colors of the darker blue and the aqua. And then I chose two different colors of stars, this one and this one, and I just mounted those right here. And then of course I always journal with a Creative Memories pen. These are acid-free, lignin-free, fade-proof, resistant. And we have these black pens. One side is wide tipped. I'll give you an idea what that looks like. And then the other side is fine tip. I usually use the fine tip unless I want to make a little header at the top, and then put my lids back on. And then another pen you could use, this is a new one and it's navy. It's a fine tip navy pen, and it would look good on there too. So either one is fine. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day.